Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. In a recent court document just filed yesterday, it seems we have a settlement date set and scheduled between CIG and Crytek. Let's go take a closer look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Montoya. In a filing filed yesterday, I believe, yes, it's on the 26th, that is right. We have settlement proceedings with a Judge Alexander McKinnon set and scheduled for a Tuesday, July the 16th at 11 a.m. What does this mean? Well, if you've been following the case, you know that most recently CIG was asking for a bond hearing to say that Crytek can, if they lose the case, cover the court costs of CIG, which is the law in California. The loser pays the winner's fees. And we have Crytek running around saying, well, I don't know, a bond, no bond, who needs a bond? Well, anyway, it seems that this has been nailed down and now there is a hearing, settlement proceedings set for Tuesday, July 16th. So what happens in a settlement proceeding? What is going to happen? Well, first of all, you notice that it is a Judge McKinnon who is presiding here, not Judge G. Judge G will be the judge who will handle this if this goes to trial. If the settlement is successful, then there'll be no trial necessary. So the question here is, does Crytek think they have what it needs to push this forward and take it to trial? Or will they say, all right, you know what, we are going to settle. But settling alone is going to be the issue that Judge McKinnon is going to handle. And what the settlement basically is, and we'll go through his document, which is fairly short. It's just 2 pages, and the last page is not really that important. It's mostly just things that both the CIG and Crytek lawyers know about already. But what's going to happen is that the Crytek team is going to come in with an offer, and CIG is going to come in with their offer. Now, if they are both reasonable, they'll be able to meet in the middle. But if it's something completely unreasonable, if Crytek is coming in and say, we want $100 million, and CIG will go, no. That will have to go to trial. And the question for Crytek is, keeping in mind that they dumped their high-priced lawyers and got a smaller firm to represent them, suspicions are that Crytek, excuse me, is not in the best financial situation. I don't know what the latest finances are, but all signs point towards not the best, that they need to drop their high-priced lawyers and get the other lawyers in there this late in the case already. So it could very well be that a settlement is very much needed for Crytek to get anything. And if Crytek loses this, they have to put up the legal fees for CIG, which have been put around $2 million. And the way this has been leaning, if you've been following the story, is that Judge G has been ruling more and more towards CIG. Now, not saying that Crytek might not get anything. Crytek may be able to prove some damages. But let's go to some of these points here, because we'll get to that in a second. So the purpose of the settlement conference is to permit informal discussion between the attorneys, parties, and the settlement judge of every aspect of the bearing on a settlement value. And the settlement value here is exactly the big story. What is the value that Crytek is putting upon the points which have been ruled on exactly like the code which was shown in Bug Smashers, for example? What is the value of that? What is the damage that was caused by that? Was it $50? Was it $50,000? Is it $5 million? And if it's $5 million, can you prove why, keeping in mind that all the source code for CIG is free? Anyone can go and look at it right now. You go to the website and you download it. But at the time of this breach, supposed breach, that was not the case. So, I mean, that is the case they have to convince the Judge McKinnon about. So, pursuant to local rules, settlement proceedings shall be confidential. No statement made shall be admissible in proceeding in the case unless parties agree otherwise. Also, keep in mind that if they do settle this on the 16th, we will not know the details of this. It'll be under NDA. All we'll know is that a settlement was reached. So, I'm very curious to know if this is settled, what the settlement is. And no doubt CIG feels that they have momentum on their side, and CIG, if they don't like the settlement that Crytek puts forth, I feel CIG will push her to take it to trial because they feel they'll get a better deal out of it. So Crytek is really going to have to weigh the pros and cons here, whether they want to proceed. This goes on to say lead counsel will try the case with president of cell conference. All right, that's not really anything new or exciting. An insurance company that is contractually required to defend the pay damages must be there, yes. Settlement judge may, in his discretion, converse with lawyers and parties outside of the hearing. All right, that's fine. And it says here, no later than 5 p.m. or 10 days before the conference, each party shall submit a confidential statement to the judge at this email address. So what's going to happen 10 days before the date, that is on the 6th, you'll have both Crytek and CIG emailing the judge saying, we, Crytek, would like $100 million. Well, I don't know, 10 million, let's say. And CIG will email a judge and say, we would like them to cover our legal costs because we're totally going to win this. And the judge will look at it and go, all right, I see the two sides here. Let's see if we can meet somewhere in the middle. Don't bump your mic. To make a settlement everyone can agree with. So that's where it stands. And it looks like if a settlement is reached, which I suspect it will be, I don't think Crytek is going to take this to trial because it might end up a lot more expensive for them. So it could well be that July 17th, this could all be over. And we could get some sort of announcement saying settlement reached, and we can put this all behind us finally. Because it's been hanging over the head of CIG for the longest time. Not that it's had any effect on production of the game, but I feel once this is put behind them, then, you know, all eyes just focus on moving forward and getting 3.6 out, which is the next patch, which should be coming this weekend. When's the 1st? Monday? All right. Very early next week, or possibly this weekend, 3.6, the new patch coming down. Very exciting stuff happening there. And this pretty much concludes everything happening in this latest court document. Hopefully, this will be the last time we have to talk about it. Let me know your thoughts. Will Crytek settle, or will they push it to trial? Give me your thoughts. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up. Your comments below, always appreciated. And to my Patreon backers, thank you all very much for your continued support. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.